Now, for more on this issue, let me bring in my guest, Mr. Liu Youfai. He's the former vice president of the China Institute of International Studies. Welcome. So, Li Keqiang is the first Chinese premier to visit Cuba since the two countries established diplomatic ties 56 years ago, although the president did visit the country in 2014. How do you see the significance of such a trip?
Well, as we look at it, during the Cold War, or before the normalization of relations between the United States and Cuba, Cuba was under the total isolation as a result of the political, economic, military, and security blockade, administered by the U.S. and its Western allies. Now, with the roadblock is taking off, China could move forward to promote the normal state relationship. This is the point one. And the second point I want to say is, as you rightly put it, in 2014, or 2 years ago, President Xi Jinping visited Havana. The leaders of the two countries, made the political decisions to further promote the strategic partnership relations between the two countries. When Premier Li Keqiang now is in Cuba, definitely the two government leaders could translate the political decisions into concrete, economic and trade cooperations. And thirdly, China now is in a capacity to help Cuba to walk out of the isolation by sharing the experiences of China's experience in terms of economic reform and opening up. So these are the major significances too, attached to the current visit by Premier Li Keqiang.
The Premier and President Raul Castro signed a number of deals in various sectors. Any highlights for you? Anything interesting caught your eye on? And how will these deals influence ties?
To sum up in one sentence, with the signing of so many agreements, they would help to put the bilateral, to put the existing political relations into solid, foundation. To mention it specifically, I think we could see these areas. First, since from now on the two governments could share or could exchange views on to promote the dialogues of the national strategies, they could closely coordinate the industrial policies to allow the concrete project to be implemented. As we see with 30-some agreements signed, definitely they need to have the firm political support and the institutional support. And right at the moment, Cuba is having the trade deficit with China, with so many Chinese enterprises moving into Cuba. It will first of all help Cuba to build up its capacity to develop manufacturing sectors on its own, to produce more to be marketed in China and some other international markets, which would help to address the trade deficit situations in Cuba. And more importantly, China could use Cuba as a kind of experimental ground so that China could find out new ways, means to promote China's economic relations with some island nations in the Caribbean Sea and in some other areas.
All right. Thank you very much for your insight, Mr. Liu.
Thank you.